Yo guys, what is going on? It's MMXVI, aka 2017, and today I'm bringing you a Q&A. A lot of you guys have a lot of great questions for me, so I thought, fuck it, I'm gonna make this a series. At the end of every year, sometime in December, I'll make a Q&A answering your guys' new questions. So, got some? Let's go. First question, what's one common problem you see with underground artists nowadays? One of the biggest things I tend to see is a repeat in style. A lot of people get super duper inspired by big artists like Travis Scott or Roddy Ricch or whatever, and it comes through extremely obvious. It's different when you try to use like a little bit of spacey auto-tune, but when you try to match their flow, their beat style, their voice, when everything sort of comes together and you're basically doing a knockoff Walmart version of what they already do, it becomes super saturated and just like unenjoyable because like I'm waiting on music from the actual person who like pushed this style, not you. Another thing is underground artists don't tend to focus enough on the mixing and mastering. I had a struggle with this definitely in the early years of me doing music, but I've got a decent sound figured out for myself. I really wish I wasn't so fucking stubborn. On one hand, I think I'm like a tactile and visual learner where I gotta actually like interact with it and do it in order for me to fully understand it. But on the second hand, it would just be good to look up tutorials to understand what a compressor actually does. Just because I heard about compressors being added to vocals doesn't mean I even know what the fuck that means. Next question is, was there ever a point in time where you felt like just giving up? Now, this is a bit of a complex question. If we're talking about like giving up as in fully just trashing music or graphic design or whatever the fuck I wanted to do, then no. There was times where I felt like just completely giving up what I was doing before in order to do something else. It was never like I lost drive and I was just like, this is not even like, this is so pointless, like I'm just getting nowhere. But there's definitely been struggles where I'm like, okay, this is an idea that I have, I want to do this, I've already started on it, I think it could go somewhere if I work on it, but it's just like I don't have the time or the patience to do it, and so I just feel like giving up what I'm doing, and that tends to be like certain portions to the bigger picture. Those type of things happen still, but like not as often as they used to. One of the biggest was definitely when I was doing graphic design full-time. I got interested in music. I started to feel pulled towards doing that. I had a lot more creativity in it and a lot more desire to just make music. But if I do it more, I don't feel like I'm putting enough focus into the stuff that I've already built for myself. So it was definitely a hard decision to be like, I'm gonna kind of like abandon this side of my life. You know what I mean? How long is an average studio session for you? Okay, so I've never been to a professional studio before. I have no idea what the experience is like. Believe it or not, even though I'm a very confident speaker and I make entertaining content and I live stream and stuff, I'm a very introverted person. As soon as I shut my live stream off, I'm usually fairly quiet. Sometimes I'm just talking to myself, and so I don't even know if that environment would be good for me at all. I've always just learned at home, just using whatever mic I had and speakers and headphones. So coming along with that, it doesn't really matter. There's really no like studio session length. I can just hop in and out of the studio, so to speak, whenever I need to. But when I actually sit down to go like make a song, I'll usually sit there for about like 2, maybe 3 hours if I'm feeling the song. If I'm not feeling it, it only like takes 30 minutes for me to figure out, okay, I've recorded this much, I don't really like where it's going, not feeling the direction, not feeling my voice on this beat, whatever it is. Somebody asked, how do you get on Spotify playlists? Now, I'm just gonna assume that this is like official Spotify playlists, like the ones that they own and you gotta like apply to get on. I made an entire video about how I got on official Spotify playlists, one that was Fresh Finds and Fresh Finds Hip Hop. I was on the Fresh Finds Hip Hop one for like almost a month, I think, which was a total honor and super surprising, but I was super grateful for that, and I made an entire video on it, which I'm gonna put in the top right corner right now, so you guys can go check that out if you want. But even if you follow all of the steps on how I did it and how you can increase your chances of getting on those playlists, at the end of the day, you just gotta have good music. Someone asked, what do you think of the COVID vaccine? Fucking get it. You don't know what the fuck is in any other vaccines, and odds are you're vaccinated. Listen, if you're scared to get it because you think there might be long-term effects, give it some time then. Don't get it in the first 5 minutes. You don't have to, you're not required to. But if you're not scared, go fucking get it. If you're scared, stay the fuck home. There's probably shittier things in the food that you're eating on a daily basis when you go to McDonald's or whatever the fuck. Best recommendation for cheap mixing software for good quality. To be honest, I have used FL Studio, Ableton Live, and Adobe Audition, all of which you have to pay for. Personally, I would recommend doing FL Studio because they come with so many good stock plugins. It's extremely user-friendly. Say you just do vocals right now, but you want to expand into like making beats as well. You can do both in this program like flawlessly. There is so many good effects. You can add as many VSTs as you want. So if you ever use Waves Audio, you can just put them right into this program super easily. So to be honest, it's kind of like the all-in-one package. Good ideas for low-budget music mics. I made mention of a really good budget mic in my gifts video. That mic was the Audio-Technica ATR 2500X. It's a great condenser USB mic, but I think that mic is a great beginner to intermediate like budget microphone for sure. If you're really low on funds, I could recommend the Blue Snowball. If you are gonna get it, don't get the Snowball Lite or whatever the smaller one is. That one only has like one mode on it, and I'm pretty sure it's like the surround mode, so like pretty much all sound from every side is being picked up. You want the regular Blue Snowball, which has like 3 adjustable modes on it where you can get like the forward-facing condenser. And then something you're gonna need is like good soundproofing. If you're in a basement, you're already like ahead of the game. Put some fucking panels on the wall, a couple sheets, or get yourself like a little isolation chamber, which is like a little foam like chamber that goes around your mic, so it just helps like absorb the sound. Next question, is RhymeZone a good thing to use for writing, or should you try to do it organically? To be honest, RhymeZone is a pretty good place, especially if you're starting off and you want to just like refresh your brain with some more rhymes. Sometimes it's hard to come up with them on the spot. What I would recommend doing more often than going to RhymeZone is going to Random Word Generator or the Thesaurus. A lot of the time you end up using the same fucking rhymes. You'll think of one word in your head and you don't even realize that you've used it in like 10 other songs. And so it's good to experiment with different words. Using Random Word Generator is going to give you like words that just are more complex and just harder to use. So it's going to give you that little bit of edge if you actually like try to work around the pronunciation, how many syllables you actually need to say to get across that you said this word. And when you take a certain word and put it into Thesaurus, you can have a better time at like personifying something, making it sound a bit more interesting, even though the subject matter might be something that people already know about or something you already talk about a bunch. Somebody said, what's your creative process when making a new track? Usually what I do is I look for the beats first. If I'm really vibing with the beat, I'll just download the MP3, drop that in the program. I'll whip out my notes app and I'll just see if I can freestyle something there on the spot to the beat. I won't actually like record it. A lot of the time I'll write down like the first 4 to 8 bars. It's very important to have a nice catchy hook, and if I can't come up with that, I don't think my verses are really gonna matter much. If I think I have something well written, I'll just slap my headphones on, try to record it, and if it's not coming out very nicely in the first couple tries, then usually I'll just fucking scrap it and like restart. But the thing is, I'll end up scrapping like maybe 5 or 6 songs before I make one that I'm like, okay, I seriously fuck with this. And then like 1 in every 30 songs, I'm like, okay, this song is like, this is it. You know what I mean? Somebody asked, what is a good music video budget if you have about 500 subs? Now the thing is, your sub count really isn't what matters. A lot of people don't sub to your like say topic channel, or if you just have an artist channel separate that you upload your music videos to. You may have like a fair audience on like SoundCloud or Spotify. The key is being able to direct them to a video or an upload on YouTube. It's not trying to get more subs, right? So you could have like a decent audience there that are gonna actually come for some good quality like music video, but not necessarily they're subscribing. So don't focus so much on the fact that you have 500 subs. Think about how much money you actually have, and think about how much you plan on actually making. If you have connections with people that make music videos or they're aspiring, try to make a connection there. Be like, hey, I make this kind of music, you make music videos, I would love to collaborate, give you credit, give me some credit. We both promote this together. Maybe you guys can make a long-term relationship. But theoretically, if you're gonna get a music video, typically the budget is gonna be between $400 and $1,000 base. And depending on their experience level also means like they're gonna charge more if they've been doing this for a long time. But saying that you have like 500 subs and like that's your only audience, you got no viewers anywhere else, I wouldn't spend like any money on a music video from a videographer. Try to do it yourself. If you have to invest some money, make it in props or like scenery, that kind of thing. Somebody said, role play a playlist or promotional scammer in an artist DMs. What to look out for? One of the biggest things to look out for is broken English. Now that's not meant to be like racist or whatever in any regard. A lot of the times it's children or it is international people trying to take advantage of like American or English speaking artists. But even if they speak fluent English and say they're an American person just trying to like scam people, if someone's asking you to pay them to promote your song on SoundCloud, almost 99.9% of the time it's going to be a scam. I can't can't guarantee all of them are, but most of the time they're gonna be like, oh, it's $10 for 5,000 plays. No promoter should be able to guarantee you any amount of views. If they're giving you exact numbers like you're gonna get 5,000 plays from this, it's an immediate no. You're not gonna get 5,000 plays from this. They should not be able to guarantee you any amount of views. What they can do is say, hey, this is how much it costs to promote with us. On average, our clients tend to get between blank and blank amount based off of the budgets. So if they have like a $50 budget, they tend to get like between 5,000 and 10,000 views. If they don't supply you with averages, just end it there. Something else is just super low prices in general. If they're giving you fucking $5 to $15 promotion, it's like, nah, no one's promoting your shit for that fucking low for like a decent amount of views, because almost guaranteed if someone's giving you those prices, they're gonna say, hey, you're gonna get 10,000 plays for $5. I've gotten DMs like that so many fucking times, and it's annoying as shit. It's so fucking annoying. One key thing that I just said in my last video as well is that if you're trying to get like playlisting for something like Spotify, ask them to give you some referrals. See who their clients are and go check out their music, the numbers that they got. Reach out to them before you actually buy anything from this brand and see if they have anything to say about them. If there's any like complaints or whatever, odds are they're not going to link you people that would complain, but sometimes these people have opinions that they don't fully share with this brand. Check out some of the artists that are making the worst music on those playlists and see what their numbers are like. If they have like 25 to 50,000 views on a fucking song that's absolute trash, odds are they're probably getting scammed. Next question, is a music video more ideal with a release, or is it better to stage 1 weeks or a month out for a boost? To be honest, this is a little bit of a difficult question. Usually I would release a music video if you have a full album project out, but typically you want to put like the most effort into promotion on the first day of its release, because you want those numbers to like skyrocket as fast as possible. If you got one music video only and you plan on releasing an album or an EP, definitely release it on the same day as your EP or album. So yeah, that was the final question for today. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, leave a like, subscribe. If you don't already know, I do live streams every single Monday and Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time where I listen to your music for free. There's also a skip the line option, and each week I give out a cash prize to one of the people who has entered my live stream. So make sure you're there, submit your music, come with those bangers. If you want to join my Discord, that is linked down below. And I recently just launched a Patreon as well. If you want to check that out, there is so much fucking value on those tiers. It is unbelievable. Once I hit 10 patrons, I plan on doing private live streams once a week for just my patrons. Certain tiers get you things like mix and master, free beats, free cover art. As I said, I do graphic design, so you can look up madebynolan.com and you'll find some of my work. Let me know what you think of the tiers, because I'm really just trying to bring all the value that I can to you guys for an affordable price. That being said, I appreciate all the people that have already signed up for my Patreon and will in the future. Thank you for blessing me and being a part of this community. I hope I'm doing you guys justice for the money that you're spending. But yeah, that being said, I'm gonna end the video there. Thanks for tuning in. Anyways, guys, it's been your boy MMXVI, and I'm out. Peace.